Yo! You already know the vibes, bro. It's AOKO. I ain't been on this in a minute, so I do apologize. I already know I'm finna get flamed up by certain people. I already know. Again, I do apologize, but I ain't gonna take too much longer. I'm gonna just get straight into it. Alright, so I know if y'all follow cars and everything, if y'all follow American Muscle, y'all have seen the new S650 Mustang. And I'm not gonna lie, it look, it look, it looked like a Camaro, but it looked hard. Like it looked hard, but it looked a little Camaro-ish. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I'm not gonna lie. It looked like they kind of like laughing at Camaro, like, you not making cars no more, so we finna just steal your heat extractor. We just gonna make the whole rear end of the car look like you. Like this, I don't know. But we gonna get into that. But I don't know if y'all seen any pictures of it yet. But I think I should have a few that I can put in this video. The pictures are supplied by MODSPEDIA'S. So MODSPEDIA'S, if you see this, don't bust my ass for it. I'll give y'all credits in the description. And you know, while we doing this Mustang talk, you know, I think it's only fitting that, you know, we in something with a 5.0. You feel me? Like something decent or whatever. Something decent. Come on now. But yeah, this right here is a S650 Mustang. So it's the last generation. So you can see it got the slime. It got the slime green brakes. It got the Roush hood. It's a lot of kits on this. They got, I think that's a RTR splitter. Obviously, you got a RTR grill. They say RTR rims, and performance spoiler, but that's not OEM. You can't get that from factory. I don't know which kit that's from, but I will leave the credits for the model as well as the sound file, because the sound file is nuts. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The sound file on this shit is crazy. RTR staying on the back. RTR is hard. I wanted a 5.0. It honestly looked like this. Basically a 5.0 2018 10 speed with a performance pack 2. So basically what that means, it's gonna have the big brakes, as you can see in the front, 6 pistons. I believe in the back is 4. I know it's 4 on the new one. I don't know if it's 4 on this one. It have Magnarod suspension, to have 275 tires in the back. I don't know if it's a square setup, it might be, but I know it has 275s in the back, which is most important. But yeah, that's definitely how I'd have to have a Mustang. And most importantly, because the interior is trash, but as long as I can have this, the Digi Dash, you feel me? And yo, credit to the man that did the sound file, bro. Nah, I gotta let y'all hear the starter from outside. I'm gonna let y'all hear the starter from outside. This shit is nuts. Hold on. We gotta do this again. Second cold start. Bro, they did their thing with this sound file, bro. That's decent as fuck. That's decent as fuck, bro. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about this new Mustang. Honestly, I ain't writing none of this down, so I'm gonna just freestyle and just talk about whatever I remember from the unveiling. But it wasn't even a full unveiling, which I'm sure all of y'all already know. The unveiling wasn't full. Make sure the volume not too high. It's pretty loud as hell. But yeah, it wasn't a full unveiling, so they didn't release like any performance numbers or anything. But they did say things that were very important. Like, so obviously, as you know, again, what I'm driving right now is a Gen 5. I said Gen 5. Excuse me, a S650 Mustang with the RTR lights. You see that? They work. This model is nasty. The new one is the S650, and this car that I'm driving comes with the Gen 3 Coyote. That makes like 460 horsepower. I forgot the torque. I think it's like 420 something. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. But the new Mustang, apparently Ford states that the new Mustang is supposed to be the most powerful naturally aspirated Mustang ever made from factory. Now my thing is like that's pretty specific territory, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now, as we all know, in this generation, the S550, the outgoing generation, we know there was something called the GT350. If anything, I'll put a picture of that, and there's two, but you should know the GT350 look like. But if you don't, I don't know where you've been at, but I got you. But yeah, they made a GT350, 526 horsepower, flat plane crank V8, Voodoo. It's called the Voodoo engine. What is it? Revs up to like 8250. The thing is ridiculous. I'm talking like that's a red line like a V12 Lamborghini, bro. Like that shit not too. That's not far off of an Aventador with that red line. And a Mustang. It's fucking crazy. Came with a Tremec 6-speed, which this car does not have. This current car I'm driving does not have. You don't get that in the 5.0. You won't get that in the 650. I don't think you get that in the S650 either. Had to do one pull. I'm sorry. But yeah, you don't get that. You don't get the Tremec in the S650 either. You get that Chinese shit, whatever the hell that was. And I'm not even trying to be racist or anything. Like it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese. It's actually like a Chinese made transmission. Like that's a real thing. But yeah, like I really want to see the performance figure because again, like I was saying, they said it's supposed to be the most powerful naturally aspirated Mustang from factory. Now my thing is, are you trying to be slick and say it's more powerful than a regular 5.0, and that and that the 350 doesn't count because it's a Shelby GT350, or are they just being real saying, yo, this thing is more powerful than the Shelby GT350? Because now the photos of the engine aren't out, neither are the specs for the motor, but from what I heard, the engine is supposed to have a revised intake manifold. So you know how Coyotes, they naturally have the one big throttle body with the one intake that goes off right behind the driver's side headlamp. So now they saying it's a dual throttle. It's a they got it in a dual throttle body setup. So now instead of one throttle body and one intake, it's gonna have two throttle bodies and two intakes. And I'm not gonna lie, like that's I think that's gonna be added to the reason why this thing might be making over 526 horsepower. Because if it makes more than a 350, it makes more than that. And if you follow the Mustang platform and you follow the Coyote platform, you know with bolt-ons, it's not hard to get a Coyote that make like 300, I said 300, 500 wheel horsepower. So not crank horsepower like it's advertised in the S550 with 460 crank horsepower. I think it makes like 411 to the wheels from factory. With bolt-ons, as in long tube headers, cold air intake, 93 tune, maybe one or two other things, but not really. You can give a 5.0 like what, 500 to the wheels. Maybe with an upgraded throttle body if necessary, but not really if you don't have any forced deduction, like any boosted applications. But why not? But we all know it's easy to get a 5.0 to make power. 5.0s make power regardless. Like it's too easy with them. I honestly call them the American GTRs, bro. 5.0s are like the American GTRs, especially with that Coyote. American GTR, bro. I can't name another American car where you could just take the motor. That's not an LS. Where you could just take the motor, throw a supercharger at it, do nothing else, and the car is fine. You could just bolt on a blower to a 5.0 and do nothing else. Bolt on a blower, you know, put on the supporting mods for the supercharger, and that's it. Done. Like, bro, that dual overhead cam setup, bro, shit is crazy, man. Like, Ford did their thing. And that's another reason why I think Ford is sticking around and Dodge isn't. Like, Dodge and the Camaro not sticking around because it's like, Dodge, they struck gold with the Hellcat in 2015, but they ran that to the ground. Like, they was releasing Hellcats every single year since 2015, and then multiple variants, throwing it in any model. Like, come on, bro. You putting it in grocery getters and all that shit, and you making fire grocery getters now. Don't get me wrong, but like, everything is Hellcat. Like, come on, bro. Everything is supercharged 6.2 liter V8. That's not sustainable, bro. As opposed to Ford, when's the last GT500 that came out? 2020. When's the last one before that? The S197. And whatchamacallit? In 2014. That's 6 years without a GT500. Now compare that to Dodge dropping multiple variants of a Hellcat every year and just adding more. Come on now. It was only a matter of time when before Dodge was gonna get shut down. So that's not a surprise. Now they releasing fucking hair dryers with sound clips. I don't know what that's about. That shit is nuts. But back to Ford. I'm gonna keep it about Ford. This new S650, man, I like it. I'm not gonna lie, there's a few things I'm gonna have to get used to since I don't know the power figures, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be disappointed, because if they're saying it's gonna be over 500 at least, or even more powerful than the 350, which is one of my favorite Mustangs, I'm already sold on the power. It still has the Magna Rod, it still has the big brakes, and the brakes in the rear look even bigger. Like, I don't know, bro, they going crazy. Ford don't, like, they not one of those one-trick ponies, no pun intended. They're not one of them one-trick ponies that's like only go straight, only, like, bro, you can really take a Mustang to a track and put in laps, bro. Like, you can really go crazy. But nah, I really like what they doing, man. I like what they doing. I like what I'm seeing. But again, the few things that I have to get used to, the few things that I'll probably have to get used to, one is that rear end. That rear end, it's gonna take some getting used to that. Like, I'm not mad at it, but I think the only one I'm gonna really like fuck with like that, like the only one I'm gonna really bang with like that is probably on like the higher trims, like performance packs, or I believe one of them is called the Dark Horse. And the Dark Horse is like the top. That's like the, I guess that's like, if you was to compare it to a S550 Mustang, I guess that would be like above a performance, or maybe a highly spec performance pack 2 car. That's what it seems like. No power bumps, but like mostly just like handling things and aero. That's what it looks like from what I can see in the pictures. But yeah, the rear end is gonna take some getting used to. It looks real Camaro-ish. If you look at the side profile and then look at the rear of the car, it looked like a Camaro, bro. Like, I couldn't tell them apart. And then it's like when you look at the back of the car from the back, that shit really do look like a Camaro, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I like it, but I don't like it. I don't know. Like, it's just gonna take some getting used to. Like, it really is. Yo, the dude that did this mod did a great job, bro. That is nasty. Another thing that's gonna take some getting used to, that digital dash. Matter of fact, this is perfect actually. Yo, thanks again for this mod, because you did a great job. Look at this digital dash. Obviously it's a GTA recreation, so it's not perfect, but it's great. But look at this digital dash, and now I'm gonna show you what the new one looks like. Like, look at this interior, right? This is perfect. Look at this interior. And now we're gonna look at the new one. And something that's scaring me, because if you follow Mustangs, you know Ford likes to put crazy low ass speed limiters on them. Like the S550 Mustang, this one right here, they put a speed limit of like 157 on it. Even like, don't matter the transmission, like that shit don't matter. They put a speed limit on that shit of like 157. It's terrible. Like, bro, this shit is way lighter than something like a Camaro or 392. And it has the same horsepower as those cars. It's a little bit shorter than Scat Pack, or 392 rather, but it's right there. And my thing is like, why limit it to 157? So you gotta mod the car and probably void your warranty just to get the full top speed, which is whack. That's one. But again, the thing that's scaring me with the S650 Mustang, the dash only go up to 140. And now the dash is configurable, and it has like a Fox body mode where you can put it in like a Fox body style gauge setup, which is hard. I think that's what they call it. I don't know if that's really supposed to be a Fox body style gauge setup, but that's what I was hearing. Again, a lot of this is still a little bit of speculation, and most of this is based off photos and the early reviews, and some of it is still speculation. So excuse me if some of these things aren't the case, but most of the things I've been saying are already solidified though. But I got pictures of the gauge cluster. It's like, if you look at them, again, these pictures are supplied by Motor Trend. If you look at them, it's like, it look cool. It look cool, but I like this more. I like this gauge cluster more. Like, this gauge cluster is hard. I don't know. Again, it's gonna take some getting used to. But the thing that's scaring me, cause I keep getting away from this. The thing that's scaring me, the top speed only goes up to 140. I don't know what that's about. Like, yo, 40. You telling me this thing about to be limited to one? It's about to have potentially over 500 horsepower, unassisted by any batteries and electric bullshit like that. Potentially having anywhere from 500 to 530 horsepower. Anywhere from 500 to 530 horsepower. Sorry, I had to do the pull, bro. I had to do the pull. And it's like, you telling me 500 to 530 horsepower and the top speed's gonna be limited to a $140? The dash only go up to a $140, so don't tell me you're gonna limit the car at 160 and then I'm gonna just have to guess where the car is at. Anytime I'm going over 140, I just gotta guess where the car is at. Like, I don't know, Ford. Like, don't tell me this car, you about to limit this car to 140, because that's nuts. Like, don't do that. Like, I think y'all got a good thing going right now, because again, you really about to be running unopposed. The Camaro's over with. I think the Camaro got like 1 year left. That thing's done for, and the Camaro looks ridiculous. I don't know what they're doing with that. The back of the Camaro look good. The front, ridiculous. I don't know what that is. That shit trash. I ain't going with you. That shit trash. Like, if you got one, I'm sorry, but like, feel how you feel. But the original Gen 6 front before the facelift, that's the best. That's the best face. After the facelift, that shit look nuts. I don't know what that is. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. I like what Ford did. The front, they took a bold. They definitely took a bold move on the front. Like, that's bold. They still incorporated like the three daytime running lights. Like, they still incorporated that. I like how they did that. The tri-LED beam thing, I see a lot of car companies doing that now. Not necessarily the biggest fan of that, but it's like, whatever. The grill is, it's a little blockish for me. I ain't gonna lie, the grill is blockish, but it's big. It's big, and it look like it like ain't no fake vents and shit. So like, it's the real deal. Like, you feel me? Like, that grill really worked. Yeah, this shit look like 2 pistons in the rear, and maybe 2 pistons in the rear. I know the new one got 4 pistons in the rear now. Yeah, they trying to go hard with that shit. 4 pistons in the rear is nuts. But yeah, definitely. I like what I see with that Mustang. Again, I have a few little things with it, but it's nothing serious. Again, the Camaro elements that I see, like the front end is a little Camaro-ish. Not really, maybe. The rear end definitely is. You stole that right off of Camaro. Like, I don't know. I feel like this interior is better, or this rear end is better. Like, I like this rear end. I'm not gonna lie. Again, the heat extractor on the hood looks like you took that straight off a Gen 6 Camaro facelifted. So like you took it right off a 2022 SS. I don't really like that heat extractor on the hood. I like this hood way better. It's much more unique. I'm not gonna lie. This hood was, I don't know. I just like the S5. I don't know. Looks wise, I still prefer the S550 to the new one. I'm not gonna lie. Look wise, you can tell, bro. I like the S550 way more than the new one. But I'm definitely more of a performance type of guy. Like I definitely want to see what the performance is about. Cause if the performance can like really back up what this car looks like, then it's all good with me. But it was the same thing with the G80 BMW. Them new BMWs with the big nose, I was not feeling them, but with that performance, I'm like, man, I'll get used to it. Shit, it ain't that bad. Big time, big time. But nah, man. I'm gonna definitely just keep my eye out. See if I can get more information on this S650. I really want to see what the performance looks like. That's like my main thing. Because at the end of the day, nobody gets a Mustang to leave it stock. So I really want to see what the performance is looking like. The only thing I'm praying is that even though Ford's still dropping big V8s, kind of medium V8s, that's not really like 5.0 is it's sizable, but I'm not gonna say it's a big V8. But fuck it, why not? Big V8 Ford, like they still dropping that. I just hope they don't pull a GM and do all that crazy sensor stuff where it's like crazy sensors is so nuts that you don't even want to. What the hell? You don't even want to like touch the car. Like you can't do nothing to it. You can't put on an intake because it's just wired up so crazy. Like I just hope that's all I'm hoping for. As long as it's not too wired up and ridiculous, like you can't do nothing to the car. Everything voids your warranty. You put in like a milliliter of oil too much or too little, your warranty is voided type shit. Like I'm not trying to hear no bullshit like that. So again, I will just I'll keep my ear out, keep my eye out, see what's going on with this Ford S650 Mustang. I'm gonna definitely keep following up just to see what's going on. Other than that, I'm probably about to check out because I'm pretty sure my lunch break is up. But yeah, other than that, y'all safe up, stay sturdy, and the Ford Mustang will always be better than any Mopar, any Charger or Challenger. The Mustang is better than all them shits. I don't care. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Mustang is better than Camaro. Mustang is better than Dodge Charger and Challenger. I'm not bringing the ACR Viper into this. I'm not doing that. The Challenger and Charger, 5.0 is better than that. I don't care. Camaro, you're not seeing Mustang. Alright, maybe Camaro. But your sales is not seeing Mustang, so watch out. But nah, yeah, that's it, y'all. I'm checking out, man. Last tunnel. Last tunnel. Come on, man. Last pull. Oh, Mustang nigga. Mustangs is good at that too. Alright, y'all. I'll say fuck, stay sturdy for real this time. Alright.